Hi, Hopie.
Oh, hello. Hi, Claire.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are
Yeah,
you?
I like the addition of the scarf. That looks
Oh,
really
yeah. I'm
cute.
modeling both my scarf and our Sunwave print.
It
So,
looks so cute. I was browsing your website, I feel like for the past week, because I really want to buy something for my apartment right now. I'm going stir crazy. I love shopping, so I'm like
yeah.
developing an online shopping addiction, I think, during all of this. And
I
I
think
think
there's,
Block Shop is my next victim.
well, let us know. Yeah, there's lots of online perusing, it seems like we have
Oh, yeah.
noticed. Lots of
Mm-hmm.
traffic.
Yeah, I know. I'm really into definitely the prints. I'm really into the rugs right now. I love like the thinner, the vertical kind of the runner, what do you call those? But yeah, I love that one right now. So I might get that for my apartment. Let me turn my volume up a little bit so I can hear you a little bit better. But yeah, how is everything going for you? How's working remotely and everything?
Everything is going okay. I mean, it's a time and it's been so full of adjustment. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Hopie from Block Shop. This is Claire from Gray Magazine. We're just getting ready to do a chat together to talk about Block Shop stuff.
Yeah. And we can do formal introductions too. I got a little thing written up already, so I'm
Oh,
ready for that too.
yeah, all sorts of nice waves and hellos. Um, but we are hanging in there. We're all sheltering in place, working remotely. I'm in Joshua Tree right now, and
Oh
my
my
sister's.
God.
Um, so it's been incredible, especially on Earth Day. Happy Earth Day, everybody! To be in such a beautiful natural place.
Oh my gosh. I am so jealous. I love Joshua Tree. I haven't been in that area in probably a few years now, but I love it. Oh my God. Such a perfect
Uh,
backdrop for your company too. I feel like it just fits right in there.
yeah, we host workshops every spring, and
That's right.
I'm had to cancel the spring's workshops, so we're dying to relaunch them in the fall and bring people out to experience the landscape and also to just get creative with block printing and indigo dyeing. Hello, hi everyone.
That's so cool. Well, let's start the interview then. Hi everyone. Like Hopi said earlier, my name is Claire Butwinick. I am the assistant editor at Gray Magazine. We are a design publication, international design publication, headquartered in Seattle, Washington. And with our current situation keeping all of us at home, Gray is hosting dozens of these Instagram live conversations with the international design community as part of our ongoing design show and video symposium, the Virtual Design Expo. And so we're hoping that these talks can build connection among our community and hopefully a momentary escape during this really difficult time. And like she introduced herself before, but I'm so excited to introduce Hopie Stockman, who is the co-founder of the Los Angeles-based textile brand Block Shop Textiles. We're so happy to have you here.
Hi, thank you guys so much for having me. And yeah, I'm reporting live from Joshua Tree, and I guess so happy to be here. So thanks for having me, Gray Magazine and Claire.
Awesome. Well, let's just go into our first question. And for everybody watching, if you would like to participate in our conversation, feel free to ask any questions you have in the question box that Instagram recently added or in the comment section. And you can also continue our conversation using the hashtag Design Must Go On. So my first question for you, and I'm sure this is a lot easier now that you're in Joshua Tree, but how are you staying relaxed these days? What's keeping you calm?
I mean, relaxed it's such a strange time. One of my friends put it really well, and I think this time is all about letting yourself off the hook a little bit. Um, and when quarantine started, I think Lily and I, my sister and co-founding partner, and I had really grand visions about constant designing, and this was going to be this really productive, creative time. And we had all of these projects we wanted to do in addition to just running the business day to day. And what I found is that sometimes all the energy I have in a day is just to get through the workday, to get through emails and make myself 3 square meals. And that doesn't leave a lot of energy for all of these creative projects. So kind of going easy on yourself, letting yourself off the hook a little bit, and and kind of sinking into a different pace has been really
Mhm.
helpful for relax.
Yeah, yeah. One word that I keep trying to tell myself is forgiveness. You know, not beating myself up if I'm not able to accomplish, you know, all these astronomical things that I want to do. I feel like a lot of people have the expectation of needing to be more creative or be more inspired now that they have all this time on their hands. But, you know, I think it's really great that you're not forcing yourself to make anything that just isn't coming naturally.
Yeah, and we definitely have design days, but I like the most creative thing I did yesterday was figure out how to make beans 3 different ways.
Yeah,
I was really proud of myself for soaking beans overnight, so that felt creative.
that's
It's
nice.
small things right now, but we are doing a bunch of flower drawings, which has been really fun. We're coming up with some wallpaper designs for the fall, and we're hoping to include flowers in them. So Lily
Oh,
and I,
that's so
uh,
cool.
our two wonderful graphic designers, have been sharing sketches back and forth digitally, which has been really, really joyful.
That's so fun. Was the transition difficult moving from remote? I know that you guys have a space. Are you in Atwater Village? Is that right?
Yeah, it's been hard. I mean, we're such a tight team. We're a team of 8 women, and we work in a shared space. And working remotely has made me appreciate how collective our decision making process is, because usually in a given day, I'm sitting at my desk and I'll be like, "You guys, should it be peach or cornflower?" And then everybody weighs in, and the decision is made. But there's such an ongoing kind of wonderful, often really humorous dialogue that we're having in person. And so I'm really missing that from working from home, because now it requires setting up a Zoom meeting, having a phone call. Hi, Liza. Liza's one of our teammates. She's tuned in right now.
Oh,
Um,
awesome.
uh, and yeah, it's really made me miss how kind of collaborative all of our decision making at Block Shop is.
Totally. Yeah, I know. We're definitely going through that too. I think it's been a really interesting challenge, learning how to make an entire magazine or an entire expo just through Google Hangouts or Slack or something. So it's been really interesting because we've had to kind of like learn how to be extremely digital super quickly. But it's a really great skill to have because that's the direction everything is going. So I totally get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it totally is. So I saw on your Instagram recently that you did the potato block textile prints. Can you tell me more about that experience? Have you done anything like that before, or was this kind of, you know, quarantine inspired?
Yeah, I mean, to be totally honest, there's something very kind of horrifying and embarrassing about having your face be live on the internet. But once you
I
work
understand
past,
that.
it was really fun to share with you guys, because we got to see right away so many people rolling up their sleeves and getting creative. And like I mentioned, Lily and I host block printing workshops a couple of times a year. So we're really accustomed to the teaching environment. Doing it online is kind of a different story.
Mhm.
But the experience of doing that was actually incredibly connective, because we had people sending us questions like, can I fix the beet dye with a mordant, for example? Will that make it more color fast? People showing us block prints that they were doing turmeric instead of beet.
Oh, cool.
So we were really inspired by seeing where people took the project, and it was fun to kind of have that conversation real time, or within the 48 hours that we posted the tutorials. So we do want to do more tutorials. If anyone has requests for what they want us to teach you, we would be open, would love to hear them. We're thinking about doing a turmeric dyeing tutorial like that. Give me a thumbs up if you would want to learn how to do turmeric. Hopefully you have some sitting in your kitchen. Um, we are thinking about, I actually just ordered some paper mache stuff online. So I was thinking about teaching people how to do simple paper mache projects.
Oh,
Um,
that's so fun.
so yes, so more tutorials are coming. We'll figure out exactly which ones, and we'll let you guys know. But keep us posted if you have any great ideas.
Awesome. Well, speaking of new work coming out, you mentioned the wallpaper textiles that you were coming out with pretty soon, but I want to know a little bit more about your new bedding collection coming out in May. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Definitely. And thumbs up to an avocado pit dye pot. Love that suggestion. I'm gonna throw that in there. Paper mache. Okay, people are into paper mache. Yes. So, and yes, on turmeric, you can use dried turmeric for sure. It's easier actually with dried turmeric. So we noted, noted, noted. Thank you for the feedback. Um, we are launching our bedding collection on the 7th. We've been working on it for over 2 years with our team. Yeah. And the way that Lily and I come up with new product categories is always very organic, kind of based on what we're missing in our lives and what we want to live with permanently. And so bedding was a big zone for us that we were interested in. We needed to find like the perfect softness of linen. We wanted the design to feel block shoppy, but not overwhelm your space. And I hope that you all are really feel like we hit that sweet spot with our bedding. It's super bright and joyful. We have magenta, sage, cornflower blue. And then we also made these very neutral quilts with our kind of signature Bauhaus patterns going along one end. So you have that little like chic designy pop at the bottom of your bed, but the rest is neutral. So we're very excited. Our team in India has been working so hard on them. And we'll be bringing them to you online May 7th.
That's so fun. What was the inspiration behind that collection? Was it still Bauhaus and Southern California inspired?
Yeah, you can actually see this print behind me is one of our very favorite designs, Sunwave pattern, and we incorporated elements of that pattern into these quilts. And the story behind that pattern is actually Lily was pregnant with her first baby, Olivia, who's now 3, and I was in India. She couldn't come with me because she was pregnant. So we were on the phone. It was the middle of the night, her time. She couldn't sleep. And a lot of the times when we're designing, we'll actually be talking about the designs instead of even sketching them, kind of visualizing them over the phone. And it was like, well, let's make this shape. I think we kind of have it, but let's make it a little bit more round. And so there's this relationship to her where she was at with her pregnancy when we designed that. And then me being in India and the balance between those linear stripes and that dot. So all of that kind of came together to create this pattern. And so you'll see this working its way across our bedding in different ways.
That's so cool. I loved all your product photos against that that beautiful traditional floral canopy over the bed. I love those. They were so
That's
cool.
Schumacher fabric. What a dream.
Oh my God, I know. Those were gorgeous. It was so unexpected too, because I feel like I always see your textiles put into a really Western or Southern California setting. And so it was really great to see how versatile they were.
Yeah, we want to encourage people to play around. I mean, there's so much kind of lowest common denominator. My social networking notification is like, you've been
Oh, oh no. You glitched for a minute.
for it with color. Oops. Hello.
Oh, sorry. You just totally glitched for a moment. What were you saying?
Oh, yeah, we're encouraging people to mix and match.
Awesome. I know. I'm so excited. I would love to have one of your pieces in my apartment right now. I need a little bit of flavor to spice it up. I'm getting very bored of looking at the same things over and over again. Nice. Well, so I was really curious. I know that the first time I ever heard you speak was at our IDS Vancouver when you did that panel, and or no, it was a keynote, and I was so impressed. But I was really, really fascinated by your unique background in business and art. Can you tell me about how you made the transition originally from having a bachelor's degree in literature and painting to then going to Harvard Business School a few years later?
Yeah, it's sort of a random path that I've taken, but it's all been so worth it. So I took a research job in finance because I wanted to learn the building blocks of business. But I've been a creative person my whole life. I've studied painting throughout my life, so I've always wanted to get back to that eventually. And I went to business school to learn, really learn about entrepreneurship as well as social enterprise. And Harvard specifically is incredible. It's an incredibly, um, it's an amazing institution for teaching you kind of the building blocks of business. And business is really just managing human beings and making decisions with imperfect information. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I was able to take that to kind of learn about how to make decisions and learn those frameworks across the different segments of business, and then apply them to my own vision for what I wanted my own company to be like, which maybe goes against a lot of the things I learned about scaling. Um, in business school, they teach you how to scale and how to raise money, grow your team. And we're 7 years into Block Shop and we're still tiny. We've never, we're 8 women. And those are all really deliberate decisions. I think, we want to maintain the integrity of our mission, which is to support the artisan communities that we're partnered with. And
Right.
Also the joy of what we do is in the smallness of it. It's in the small team. It's being able to pull up our sleeves. It's being able to kind of dive into every different piece of the business directly. And so in certain ways, I haven't put so much of my master's to use, but in other ways, it's been kind of foundationally helpful in just like how to make sound decisions and how to be a leader.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like art theory. You have to learn all the rules in order to be able to break them. And that's kind of what it sounds like your work does. Oh no, you're
Yeah,
frozen.
full articulation of it and my strange path into the world of business and back into the creative world.
Definitely, definitely. And kind of stemming from that, another thing that you brought up during your conversation at IDS and something that is really prominent through all of your work is your passion for supporting that Indian artisan community that you mentioned before. Can you talk about why that's so important to you and your brand?
Definitely. Yeah, that's a great question. And it ultimately comes down to being a family business. I mean, we are a family business that spans 2 continents, and relationships are at the core of everything we do. The relationships are what makes our work meaningful to us. So as sisters, and as business women working internationally, we that's what we value. And our approach to sourcing has been slowly developing partnerships with families that we get to know over many years and work closely with. And that close relationship, I think, is what enables really strong creative decision making, on the fly problem solving. It makes things more fun. We go to India twice a year and spend a lot of time.
Oh, that's okay. You were talking about
Okay,
how this is
great.
so great when you travel to
Sorry.
India twice a year. That's okay. I feel like Instagram Live is always going to ensure some technical difficulties.
But yeah, back to what I was saying. Why are relationships, sort of our approach to our team, or how we partner with our team in India. And yeah, and at the end of the day, it's about a family relationship. So yeah, and that's our approach to sourcing is really partnership. And we bring, twice a year we host healthcare health camps for the communities of artists that we work with, for our printers, our paper makers, and our weavers, where we bring eye doctors, dentists, and general practitioners in from Jaipur into these smaller communities where primary healthcare is really limited. And to us,
Mhm.
that's just part and parcel of doing business, with communities that lack some basic infrastructure, and our commitment to helping fill those gaps wherever we can.
And I remember you were talking about how that responded to the direct needs that they were asking for and not just something that you were assuming that a community would need, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And that is something that, my training in business school is really helpful for, is our needs assessments. Asking before giving is so essential when you're working with any community. Really understanding where the infrastructure gaps lie, doing interviews with different members of the community, both the vulnerable and the leaders of the community, to figure out how can you sustainably and ongoingly address those gaps.
Definitely. And kind of speaking about supporting other communities. Can you talk about how Block Shop is supporting coronavirus first responders right now?
Yeah, I mean, there's so much going on. There's so many people doing really incredible work in the midst of this really chaotic and unsettling time. And there are a few things we're doing. So 10% of the revenue from our scarves and bandana sales, we are donating to the LA Regional Food Bank and LA United Way, which is an organization that's helping provide resources to the homeless community in Los Angeles. So that's where a percentage of our scarf and bandana sales are going. We donated, I think, around 200 bandanas to the downtown Los Angeles Women's Center. And then we're really excited to be partnering with a local sew shop called Sway. I highly recommend you guys check it out. It's SUAW, swayla.com. Sway has an incredible initiative going on. They are producing in their sew shop 10,000 masks per week that they are donating to frontline workers. So they're raising money currently, if you go on their website, to help continue this effort. I think so far they've donated over 27,000 masks to frontline workers, including around 1,000 from that they're working on now with Block Shop fabric. So working with organizations like Sway and the LA Bank and United LA. But then I would say even more top of mind for us is just our team of 8 women. I mean, we're a small business and we're trying to keep afloat right now to keep sales coming in so that we can continue employing everybody at their salaries. We've committed to providing benefits that we've committed to allowing to continue our maternity leave policy that we set up before this all happened. So my main focus is keeping my team happy and healthy and employed and not insane. So having humor and levity as we get through this. And I have to say, I am so proud and grateful of our team. They have done an incredible job of stepping up. Everybody on our team is doing something outside of their job description while working from home, whether it's like inventory projections or, you know, doing Instagram DM responses. We've got like a whole range of random stuff people are doing digitally. And I think, I mean, I miss our team so much. I think this is going to bond us. I can't wait to be back together in person again.
Yay. That's wonderful. That's so great. I think that's a really great way to wrap this conversation up. And we're running out of time, but we do have 5 questions that we ask every single one of our interviewees on this. So we're going to answer them in a lightning round really quick. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. All right. What is one thing you do to get out of a creative mind block?
Shut my screens down and open up my art books.
Nice. Is it painting then? Is that what you do mainly?
Yeah, for painting and designing, I just have to put the screens away, and something about the tactile relationship to the page of looking at art, it gets me thinking about new shapes and new compositions. So yeah, it's screens down, books open.
Nice. What do you want to be at age 5?
At age 5, I desperately wanted to be a professional figure skater.
That's cute.
I was obsessed with Tanya Harding, believe it or not, because I thought she was crappy.
That's so funny. Who is someone that has shaped your life professionally?
The person who's most shaped my life professionally is my old boss and mentor, a woman named Andrea Auerbach at my old days of yore investment consulting company. And I would say the thing that she taught me most is fairness and consistency in leadership. She treated everybody from the CEO of a 1,000-person company to the office administrator to the janitor with the same degree of respect and humor. And fairness and leadership, and holding people to a consistently high standard is so important.
Awesome. And then what are 3 objects that are on your desk at all times?
Oh, 3 objects on my desk. Lots of like random bills, dark chocolate, and fresh flowers.
Awesome. And then last question, what is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
The best piece of advice I've ever received is definitely from my sixth grade piano teacher, Miss Powers. She told me in sixth grade, and I think about it all the time. It's very simple: never settle.
Hmm.
So she just, for whatever reason, she told me never to settle in a relationship where someone isn't treating you well. Never settle in a job that doesn't inspire you. Never settle into situations that feel right to your gut. And I think in life, it's so challenging to hold yourself to a strong internal barometer. But ultimately, it's so essential. So never settle.
Great. That's a great note to end this on. Thank you so much, Hopi, and thank you everyone for participating in this conversation.
Thank you so much, Claire. Really nice to meet you online.
Oh, yeah, of course. And if you want to see our live conversation again, the full live stream will be available on our Instagram story all day, and it will permanently live on our IGTV and on the Virtual Design Expo tab of Gray's website. And tune in tomorrow for our next conversation between Gray's deputy editor, Rachel Gallagher, and Stefan Sagmeister. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you, Hopi.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.